"Mom, don't give me away, I'm a good girl." When my mother told her father that she was pregnant with me, he, without hesitation, answered her, "Have an abortion. We already have a son, we don't need a daughter." But my mother disobeyed him, saying that the term had expired, she would not be able to have an abortion, otherwise she herself could suffer. As a result, I was born. Basically, my brother, who is 4 years older than me, looked after me. My mother was often at work. My father was on business trips. When he came, I remember, he gave me dolls, soft toys, and kept climbing to kiss me, like a father, and asking, "Do you love me?" And I saw him so rarely that I even wondered what this guy insistently wants from me. A few days after the trip, he turned from a kind person to a devil. He was constantly dissatisfied with me. Then I cry too loudly. Then I do not obey him. Then everything falls out of my hands. Then I urinate at night, and so on ad infinitum. This was my preschool age. Then he went on another business trip, and this was repeated several times, until we changed our place of residence and our parents stopped working elsewhere. In the new place we lived in a hostel, huddled in a small room, part of which was occupied by huge boxes with our things. One day I woke up in puddles of my own urine. My father was furious. I changed my clothes and they sent me and my brother for a walk, but we stood near our windows, and I heard them swearing because of me. The next morning, my mother braided my braids, packed my things, and off we went. All the time she told me that there is one hospital in which I will be treated, only there I need to lie down for a while. She told me how good it is there are many children, and I will definitely like it. Then her breath caught in her throat and tears began to flow. I walked in silence, expecting something very bad. When we arrived, aunts in white coats and many children of my age met me. At first they surrounded me, asked many questions about my name, how I grow such long braids, and then they took me to the TV, where cartoons were playing. Sometimes I looked sideways at my mother, trying not to lose sight of her, but after a few minutes I still lost her. Then I ran to the door. Adults ran up to me, said that my mother would come tomorrow, and so that I would calm down and relax. I had real hysteria, but at the age of 5 I pulled myself together, sat on a chair opposite the door and waited for someone to enter or leave without closing the door behind me. About an hour later, one of the women went out to smoke and did not close the door. Taking advantage of this moment, I ran to the exit. I didn't know the city because we came here by bus from the village, so I just ran. The woman who got out was chasing me. I hid from her in the bushes in the park, which was located not far from their hospital. When the chase was over, I clung to a tree and sobbed. At that moment I was so lonely. Badly, it seemed that my world had collapsed. No one needed me. It was getting dark outside. From tears and fatigue I fell asleep right in the bushes. I was awakened by people who walked and shouted my name. And only when I heard my mother's voice, I went out to her. She stood in front of me, tear-stained and frightened. I hugged her and whispered, "Mom, don't give me away. I'm a good girl." She hugged me and hugged me tightly to her chest. After that, my mother did not send me anywhere. My father continued to live with us, but after this incident my mother protected me and always told him, "If you don't like something, go away." If you liked this story, then like it and subscribe to the channel. There is still a lot of interesting things ahead.